So, again, I'm Tara, and in today's presentation, we're going to we work with this Japanese company called Enagic, and we're going to talk about how to work with them and how to start your own global business. But before that, they produced this amazing product, and before we get into the business, we're going to talk about the product, and then later on, we're gonna go into the business. And this device that this Japanese company produces, it produces water. And it might be strange to you, say, what is so important about water? Uh, why do we need to dedicate a whole presentation to it? It's because like it actually here's the point. So it's because when we go to grocery shopping, we pay attention to everything but our water. So for example, when we go grocery shopping, we pay attention whether our fruits and vegetables are fresh, our meat is fresh, and all those stuff. But when it comes to water, we just take a packet full of plastic bottles and put it in our cart, which is not good because again, our bodies are made out of 70 to 75% water. And we don't pay any attention to water because we can't see the difference between healthy and unhealthy water through naked eye. We have to see because water doesn't have any color, taste, or smell, so we can't see the difference just by looking at it. We can only see the difference through some chemical experiments. And that's why I'm going to introduce this product to you, and it's called Kangen water, and I'm going to show you some experiments today that we're going to see, and you're going to see for yourself how this differs from other types of water. But what led to the creation of this company and this water and this device in the first place? So in 1950s, a group of Japanese researchers, they decided to see the reason why how certain water springs can heal people and can preserve health and well-being. And they found three properties existent within all of the waters from all of these water springs that help preserve health and well-being. So they built the machines that mimic the function of these springs and created those three properties within any drinking water, and in order to help patients recover faster for hospitals. And that's how enagic was found and Kangen water was made. And I'm going to get into the presentation now. I'm going to share a Google Slides with you guys. And I ask you to be in speaker view, I believe is what it is, to be able to view these Google Slides. Okay. So as I said before, the three properties that this machine has within its water is called antioxidation, alkalinization, and microclustering. And first we're going to talk about antioxidation. So what is antioxidation? So our bodies come in contact with oxidation every day. But what does that mean? So when you cut an apple in half, you notice it goes brown within minutes. Same thing happens to iron when it comes in contact with air for too long, or it comes in contact with water, it rusts even faster. That means that it's oxidizing. The same thing is happening to our bodies from inside out when we eat and drink the diet that we have. When we consume those acidic food and drinks, it's oxidizing our bodies daily from inside out. And that's aging our body. And in order to stop that, we need to consume antioxidants to help us bring down that aging process and preserve health and well-being. So Kangen water has this antioxidation property, and it has 4 times more antioxidants than even green tea, and green tea is known to be a very high antioxidant. Moreover, 1 glass of Kangen water has the same amount of antioxidants as 5 pounds of blueberry. So I'm going to show you guys this property with an experiment right over here. So here we have some drinks and water bottles that are very popular and very used amongst people, and you can find it in any grocery stores these days. and we're going to test how oxidizing or how antioxidizing these drinks are with something called an ORP meter. And this is an ORP meter. ORP stands for oxidation reduction potential, and it measures how oxidizing or how antioxidizing a liquid can be. And the more positive this number is, the more oxidizing it is. So it's aging our body. And the more negative this ORP is, it has antioxidants and it's helping our bodies age slower. So I'm going to fill this right over here with our Kangen water with a pH of 9.5, and you can see the, like, we have the machine right over here, so I'm going to get the 9.5 water. And basically, how oxidation works is that when we consume the foods and drinks that we have every day, it's creating these things within our body called free radicals. And these free radicals have a positive charge. They lack in electrons, and so they try to steal these electrons from our body cells, and that's what makes our body age faster. So, but then when we consume antioxidants, antioxidants have a negative charge. They have extra electrons. So they give those extra electrons to these free radicals and they neutralize them so they don't harm our body cells any longer. And that's why it helps us age slower and it helps us stay healthier through longer time. And so these are the drinks that we have. As you can see, these two, this is soda, this is bubbled water, this one's smart water, and that one's regular bottled water. And I'm going to pour them in here. And this is our Kangen water. Okay, so I'm going to put these in each of these drinks and see what ORP we get from them. So here you can see the number for this one is 217, 218, and it's going up. So it's positive and it's oxidizing our bodies. So it's not good for your body. It means that it's aging it. Next we have Piers, which is bubbled water, and as you can see, this one's not any different. It's a little bit less than Sprite, but it's still in the positive and it's still aging us. It's still unhealthy for our body. Next we have regular bottled water, and as you can see, the number for this one went down a little bit. It went down to 169, but it's still positive. It's still oxidizing. And next there is smart water. As you can see, this one's even worse than the regular bottled water. It's 193 and it's still oxidizing our body. Now let's see what happens when we put this in Kangen water. So as you can see, it's coming down real fast, and soon it's gonna hit negative and show us how much antioxidants it has. So like now it's at 30 and it's going down. And you see that negative sign over here? So that means that it has antioxidants to give to your body. It's antioxidant, and it's helping you neutralize those free radicals and it's helping us age slower and preserve our health and well-being. And as you can see, it keeps going down. It's a negative 90 right now, negative 100. And Kangen water has from negative 400 to negative 800 antioxidation property, depending on the type of the machine or the amount of the electricity connected to the machine. And if I leave this in here, it will keep going down. But for the sake of time, we're going to move on to our next property. And I'm going to share the Google Slides with you guys again. Here we go. So the next property we are going to be talking about is alkalinization. So if you're going to have energy in your body, you have to understand that there is a delicate balance within your body called the pH balance, or the acid-alkaline balance. Just as your body has to regulate its temperature balance and keep it around somewhere around 98.6 degrees of Fahrenheit, our body has to regulate its pH balance and keep it around 7.4. And the pH balance scale goes from pH 1 to pH 14, and pH 1 is known as really acidic, like burning holes through something, and pH 14 is super alkaline or basic in chemistry, they call it. And 7 is neutral, so 7 is in the middle. So our blood has to have a pH of 7.4, which is neutral toward alkaline. And why is that? Because when our blood is at 7.4, our red blood cells, they have a negative charge, so they bounce off of each other and they don't stick together, so they move through the veins and vessels very easily and transfer the oxygen that we need. But because of the foods and drinks that we consume every day, our bodies are going to be acidic daily. And these foods and drinks that we consume every day consist of milk, sugar, dairy in general, white bread, meat, eggs, cheese, sweets and cakes, and sodas. And these are a part of our day-to-day diet. Also, stress and anxiety and pollution contribute to our body's acidity as well. So on this subject, actually, Dr. Otto Warburg found that cancer only flourishes in acidic environments, but it can't exist in an alkaline bodies. With his findings, he won the Nobel Prize in 1931. So you can see, like, it's really important for us to keep our blood pH around 7.4 and keep our bodies alkaline and not let it get acidic. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing again and show you this property with the same drinks. So here we have something called a pH indicator, right over here. And this pH indicator turns the color of our liquids into one of these. And so basically red is super acidic. It goes from pH 1 red over here being really acidic to 14 being over there, which is super alkaline. And somewhere in the middle is like greenish blue is neutral, which is a pH of 7. So I'm going to put this pH indicator. They use the same pH indicator for inside of pools as well to see what pH the pools have. And we're going to put this in our drinks and see what color it turns out to be. And I'm going to mix these. Okay, as you can see, all of these drinks are very acidic, so these are completely yellow. This one's a little bit more toward neutral, but it's still acidic. This one, however, it's alkaline. So when you consume those acidic food, because meats and sugar, they weren't humans' natural diet, but they became our natural diet now, and they make our bodies really acidic. And that's why we need at least our water to be alkaline, because our bodies are made out of 70% water, so we need it to be alkaline to neutralize the acidity of our diet. So as soon as you start drinking this Kangen water, it brings your body pH back to normal if you're drinking other types of water, as you can see here. But then there's a different case between, like, with these two drinks. So, like, look at this. If I add this, it blinks, but it goes back to being yellow. This is because it's not good. So, like, these harm our bodies. These two type of drinks harm our bodies really, really, really much. It takes 16 glasses of Kangen water to neutralize just one of these bubble water. So it's very, very acidic and very bad for our body. This one is even worse. Look, it doesn't even blink as I add it. It just stays there. And it's because, it's super acidic, and it takes 32 glasses of Kangen water to neutralize just one of these. And see, like, this is so much diluted now, but if I even add a little bit of this to our other drinks, it brings it back to acidic. So if there's anything that I want you to take away from this presentation today, from the water, is that never to drink these sodas again, because they're really harmful to our body and they're really bad for us. Okay, now moving on, I'm going to start sharing again. And for our final, third and final property, we have microclustering. And this property is actually what makes Kangen water devices very unique, because even if you decide to have the antioxidation property by eating 40 pounds of blueberry per day, you still can't have this microclustering property. But what is it? So normally water molecule clusters are consisted of 10 to 15 molecules per cluster. But Kangen water machines, they break down these molecule clusters into 2 to 3 molecules per cluster, which makes them so much easier to get absorbed by our cells. And as you know, full hydration is very, very necessary for our cells in order for the body to function properly. Maybe you drink tons of water per day, but it doesn't matter how much of water you drink if it's not going to get absorbed by your body. And because of the big molecule clusters that other types of water have, about 80% of this water gets ejected from the body without it even having a chance to get absorbed by the cells. And that's why we still show signs of dehydration, and we try to eat more, but we're not hungry, we're just thirsty. And as you can see here, the smaller molecule clusters get absorbed very easily by the cells, which causes full hydration to our joints and organs, and it also brightens the skin a lot more, and it increases hydration within the brain, and it prevents diseases such as Alzheimer's, as well as improving our memory a lot more. So, and we're going to see this property ourselves again with another experiment, really quick experiment that we're going to have right over here. Yeah. And I'm going to do this experiment with a tea bag, and it's green tea bag. But why tea bag? It's because this tea bag represents our body cells. And it's showing that if the molecule clusters are small enough that they can get through this tea bag and through the tea and get the color out, that means that the molecule clusters are very small and they can get absorbed by our cells. But if it can't get through the tea and bring out the color of the tea, it means that the water molecule clusters are too big, and it just can't get that color out, so it doesn't get absorbed to our body cells as well. So I'm going to get the pH 9.5 water again from here, because we ran out. And so here I have our green tea bag right over here. I'm going to open this. And first we're going to put regular bottled water, see if this brings out any of the color of the tea. As you can see, it barely brought out any color. So now we're going to test it with the Kangen water. So as you can see, this one brought out the color way more than that one. But maybe you thought it was because it was already wet. So I'm going to test this one more time and see if this brings out the color this time. As you can see, again, it didn't bring any color out, almost nothing. Now we're going to test this one more time with Kangen water. And as you can see, this one brought out way more color than that one. And that means that the molecule clusters are so small that they can get through the tea and through the tea bag and bring out the color of this tea. Okay. Now, one more time, I'm going to share with you the Google Slides. Here we go. Okay, so maybe you think with yourselves, how can water solve all these problems? I thought it was unbelievable at first, but then when I researched, I saw that it makes sense, because 70 to 75% of our bodies are made out of water. And like other things such as eyes being 95%, blood being 94%, brain is 83%. So as you can see, it's very, very possible to make a tremendous difference in your health just by changing your water. Okay, so interestingly enough, King and Water machines produce 7 different types of water, 3 of them only being the drinking type of water. And the first one, we have a strong alkaline water with a pH of 11.5, and this one is used to wash the paraffin and the pesticides off of the vegetables and the fruits that we have. And these pesticides are oil-based, so they can't be washed by regular water. Moreover, it can be used as laundry detergent, degreaser, and also mouthwash for brushing teeth because it removes all kinds of oils, and also it prevents the growth of germs and bacteria. Show this property one more time, like this, the 11.5 water. Right over here we have walnuts that I'm going to test and see. So these walnuts, I'm sure that you have seen, like the walnuts that we buy from like grocery stores, they can last for a long time. But if you buy a normal like walnut, like in its shell, and open it, it rots. After like 10 days it rots. But these walnuts, like the ones that are packaged, they can last for a year and longer. And these ones are because they have preservatives on them. And these preservatives are actually very bad for our bodies because they're oil-based paraffin and they harm your body in the long way. So I'm going to get the 11.5 water from here. And you can see. Okay. So I'm going to put our walnuts in these 2 cups. And we're almost out of minutes. Okay. So in one of the cups, I'm going to put the strong alkaline water with a pH of 11.5, and in the other one, in this one, I'm going to put normal bottled water from here, and we're going to mix these and wait a little bit to see if it brings out the preservatives or no. Okay. So I'm going to pour the water out in another cup, and this one as well. Okay. So as you can see, this one brought out the preservatives, this one didn't. Because these are oil-based, and if you can also try this with your fruits and vegetables, because fruits and vegetables, again, they have a oil-based pesticide layer on them. So with the 11.5 pH, it brings out this layer of oil-based pesticides and paraffins, because 11.5 is a really high pH, and it's kind of similar to bleach, because bleach has a 13 the pH for bleach is 13. That's why it's a strong degreaser and brings out any kind of oil. The same thing happens here. Because of the high pH that it has, it dissolves any kind of oil, and that's why it brings out this layer of paraffin and pesticides that normal tap water can't bring out. Okay, now we're going to share this again. Okay. Now, the next type of water that we already talked about is the alkaline water, the drinking water with different pHs, and pHs of 8.5, 9.0, and 9.5. The next type that this machine produces is a pH of 7.0, and this is just neutral water, and it can be used for taking heavy medicine or making baby formulas. The next type of water that this machine produces is beauty water, or with a pH of 6.0, and this is used for face, hands, hair, and skin in general. And this water can help brighten, moisturize, and lift your skin. And this is due to it having smaller water molecules, and also the pH of it being the same pH as the skin. And the last type of water this machine produces is the 2.5 strong acidic water, and this is a really acidic water, and this can be used as sanitizer, and it kills 99% of all bacteria. It can be used to disinfect your mouth and disinfect wounds, and it helps faster recovery. So in this picture you can see a bunch of notable doctors out of 6,600 doctors who have approved of this machine. And one of them is Dr. Hiromi Shinya right over here. He's actually one of the most famous doctors in the world. He treats the Japanese royal family, prime ministers, and also some US presidents. He pioneered the new method of colonoscopy, and he tells all of his patients to drink this water before they undergo the procedure. He wrote many books on the subject, one of them being The Enzyme Factor, and in this book he dedicates a whole chapter to Kangen water and its benefits on the digestive system. And these are a list of Japanese hospitals and who use Kangen water, and also there are over 400 hospitals and clinics in Japan who use this water. And these are all the certificates that this company has received for its business and also the water. So they've received these certificates in Japan, Europe, Canada, and the US. And these certificates are the ISO certifications, water quality, direct sell, and golden standard certificate. And Kangen water ionizers are the only ionizers that have received these certifications. Okay, so the difference, now I want to see how does this differ from other types of ionizers. So to purchase a water ionizer, people have to pay attention to a bunch of tips. And these tips being the number, the type, and the material of the plate used within the ionizer. And then the more the number of the plates are, the better. The voltage of electricity connected to these plates, the general quality, and the life expectancy of the machine. So firstly, Enagic is the first company to have created and produced water ionizers for inside of homes. All of the parts are made within the company, which makes them an OEM, and they're made by experts, and that's why it makes them the best in class. But cheap water ionizers, they are third party or second hand sellers, and they don't produce these machines by themselves, so there is no guarantee or warranty about them. The ionizing metals used in Kangen water are platinum covered titanium plates, and as you know, platinum is the only metal that doesn't rust when it comes in contact with water and can be used inside of the body to replace broken bones, so it doesn't have any harmful side effects. But other cheap ionizers, they use plates that they don't have a good quality of the metals, and they don't have that general, like they don't have the necessary voltage of electricity connected to it, so it doesn't create the same amount of antioxidation and alkalization as needed. Also, the metals that are used in these plates are cheap, and so they're cheap metals, or they're mesh metals which have holes through them, and it doesn't come in contact with water for so long, and the metal quality can also even cause metal poisoning sometimes because it rusts when it comes in contact for too long. Kangen water machines are the only water ionizers that have been known as medical devices in certain countries, and they have the certificate that allows them to be used in restaurants and in hospitals. So I should let you know that there are many celebrities who use this water ionizer machines because they have a team of researchers who know what is best for them. And these celebrities include Jennifer Aniston, Bill Gates, Obama, Oprah, Jennifer Lopez, and people like that. So, to this point, we talked about the water. From now on, we're going to be talking about the business aspect of this company. So far, you know how this can help your health in tremendous way, and also help eliminate the threat of plastic bottles to our environment. Now, you can. I'm going to explain the business aspect, and you can see that how you can use this device for health and also for your business and bring true financial stability to your houses. Okay, so the business aspect of enagic. So this company doesn't spend any TV or billboard advertisements, like doesn't spend any costs on TV or billboard advertisements, and also it doesn't spend any type of promotional fees to give to celebrities to promote its device. No, but it gives the same costs and the same fees to their customers who share their experiences with others about drinking this water. And these are given out as commission based on a compensation plan. And this gives the customers an opportunity to start their own global business. And also this business has received all the necessary sales certificates in order to do this compensation plan and this business. Okay, so this company's commission system works in such way that for every sale, there are 8 points generated and 8 checks sent out as commission. So you can either work individually or with the new method of network marketing, which is a group work, and it makes the job a lot easier, but you will receive your commissions either way. So first, I will explain how individual sales work. So the company has created 6 ranks, and your ranks increase based on the number of your referrals. So the company activates your ID as soon as you have your first referral, and you're going to be in the rank of 1A and receive the commission of $340 for it. And this is for your first 2 referrals. You're going to be in the rank of 1A. And from as soon as you introduce your 3rd person, you will enter the rank of 2A and receive the commission of $680 for it, which is 2 times as much as the initial commission amount. And this goes from your 3rd referral to your 10th referral. From your 11th referral to your 20th referral, you will be in the rank of 3A and receive the commission of $1,020, which is 3 times as much as the initial commission amount. From your 21st to your 50th referral, you will be in the rank of 5A and receive $1,360 as commission. From your 51st to your 100th referral, you will be in the rank of 5A and receive the amount of $1,700 as commission. And once you enter or refer your 101st person to the company, you will enter the rank of 6A and receive the commission of $2,040 as commission, which is 6 times as much as the initial commission amount. And this is if you decide to work individually. As for group sales, in that case, you will teach and train the person who buys the device through you, and you help them learn everything necessary to know about the business and about the water. And when that person has their own sales, then the company will compensate you in addition to paying commissions to that person. So how does the company distribute the commission? So as you see, you don't need to introduce 100 people individually directly by yourself. No, but you can reach the same income levels easier and faster by training and helping your group introduce their own members to the business. Okay, so I'm going to explain this with an example. So imagine this is you, and you introduce a member to the company, and because you're under your first 1A rank, you will receive the commission of $340 for it. Same thing happens with your second person. You're under the rank of 1A and receive $340. As soon as you introduce your third person directly, you will move up to the 2A rank and receive the commission of $680, which is 2 times as much as the initial commission amount. Now here's where it gets interesting. Suppose this is Omid and he is in your 2A rank, and he decides to work with the company and work with enagic and start his own global business. So you help Omid start his own business with enagic. You hold trainings for him. You help him know everything necessary about the business and the product. Once Omid starts his own business with the company, you will also receive commission of $680 for every sale made through Omid. And it's shown right over here. So and also, this is where it gets interesting as well. So in order to change your rank to 3A, you don't have to have 10 direct sales by yourself. It doesn't have to be 10 individual sales, no. But if your sales and Omid's sales add up to 10 group sales, then you can change your rank to 3A by introducing the 11th person yourself directly, and receive the commission of $1,020 for it. And this will keep going till 6A. Once you reach 6A, this is actually the most interesting rank of the company. Once you reach 6A, you start receiving bonuses. So as soon as you enter 6A, the company will pay you a one-time bonus of $3,000 in addition to your regular commissions. And also at 6A, you will also start receiving a $200 bonus as training or educational bonus for every sale that goes beyond your 8 points. Of course, there are more levels beyond 6A that I won't get into right now, but just that you know, there's a rank that you can receive a fixed monthly income of $5,000 from the company in addition to your commissions, and this is the rank of 6A2-3. And after this rank, the higher the rank goes, the more those fixed monthly incomes get. Okay, so maybe you wonder with yourself whether anyone's actually reached these high income levels. Yes, many have reached these high income levels. And as you can see, some have gone beyond these income levels. Right over here in this picture of enagic's 45th anniversary in San Diego, we went there. This is my aunt right over here, and as you can see, this guy, he reached 6A in 3 months, and also he became 6A2-3 after 20 months. So it's very possible to reach these ranks with the right motivation and the dedication. And you can see a lot of distributors have reached these ranks and have gone beyond these ranks, and they're not a limited number of people. You can see all of them right over here. And the reason for this not being in a limited number of people is because everyone needs water. Everyone needs water every day, and so that's why the water industry is a growing industry. So let's take a look at the multi-billion-dollar water industry. So in 2017, 13.7 billion gallons of bottled water were produced, and its annual sales were about $18.5 billion. And this is growing by 8.8% every year. So bottled waters are sold more than any other beverage in the United States, and 94% of Americans actually believe that bottled waters are healthier than any type of other beverages. And this is because they don't have enough and right information. The same information that you saw from the water demo today. Alkaline water actually has become very popular these days, and many people buy unnecessarily expensive alkaline water that are stored in plastic bottles, and these alkaline water is not only actually they lose their alkalinity properties because they've been stored in plastic for so long, but also they become cancerous after a while of being stored in these plastic bottles because they have plastic particles existent within the water, and they can damage your body in a very negative way after a long time of drinking. And this is all because of not having enough and accurate information. So if you're able to share complete and accurate information about the relationship between someone's health and the water that they drink, you can be very successful in this business. So given all the hardships of starting a stable business, how much do you think you have to invest and spend on your investment to be able to create such a business with such a high income potential, like an income potential of something like $2,000 per year? As I'm sure you guys know, a huge amount of investment is needed to start even the simplest businesses, at least $1 million. While the only investment that you need to risk to start your own business at enagic is having one of these Kangen water machines and these Kangen water devices, which is not only the lowest investment anyone could spend, but also a gift of health to you and your family's health, to anyone's health. And it's a very easy job because it's a really good product that anyone can introduce to other people. And again, water industry is growing daily, so a lot of people have a lot of interest in these type of things. Okay, so here you can see a number of the company's products, one of which is the Level UK Super right over here on the left. And this is mostly for industrial purposes, and it's mostly used in hospitals. Here we have the K8 right over here, and this has 8 platinum covered titanium plates, and it produces the most antioxidants out of all the other devices. Here we have Level UK ST501, and this has 7 platinum covered titanium plates, and this is one of the company's best-selling devices. Here we have the Junior 4, which has 4 large plates, and we have the Level UK-R, which has 3 small plates. All of these devices have a 5-year warranty along with a 30-year plus life expectancy, and the prices for these devices start at $1,980. So there are 3 different methods that anyone can purchase these devices. The first method is to buy in cash, which is expected. The second method is to finance through enagic company itself in such way that about 25% of the price of the device is paid in advance as deposit, and the rest can be paid in installments of 12 through 24 months, and you can finance through the company without them having to check your credit score. The third method is suitable for those who have a good credit score, and they can buy this product in installments of 18 months from the beginning without having to pay any deposits through an interest-free credit card. Okay, so if we take a look at the costs that, actually, no, we don't have that over here, sorry. So along with the other benefits that I have explained for you, there are some more benefits and advantages to starting your business with enagic. The first one is that the startup cost or the investment is very low. No one can start a business with only $5K. And also, you don't need any type of facilities to run your business with enagic. All the meetings can be held in houses like this or through Zoom calls like this, and it doesn't need any type of office or facilities. Also, it has a very high income potential that you can take advantage of. It's a very simple to do job. But this doesn't mean that you're gonna buy a machine and simply grow rich. No, if it means that it doesn't require any type of skill and talent to become successful in this job. As long as you spend time and you are motivated to do and dedicated to do this job, then you can become very, very successful in this job. Also, it has great training. It has teamwork, which is very, very makes the job a lot easier. You can be your own boss, you set your own hours, and you choose your own teammates. And for later on, when you want to retire from the business, it has inheritable income, so you can pass it down to your family members. And one other benefit that this device has is that it's tax write-off, so you can deduct the total cost of the device from your taxed income. And you can use it as a business, and also deduct tax from other things. Deduct the tax what am I saying? Deduct the cost of things such as mortgage, telephone cost, car cost, gasoline cost, and your travel costs even as your business from your total income. And here I want to take a look at this company's commission system, because I've noticed some people falsely compare the compensation plan to other things such as pyramids and MLMs, which is completely false. And I want to take a close look at this and compare them so we can see they have no similarities whatsoever. So first of all, pyramid schemes are illegal all over the world. But enagic has a commission system that is completely legal, and it's received all the necessary sales certificates, and even has 40 offices in 23 different countries around the world. And its revenue generating plan is completely legal, and it's been approved. And in these systems, in the MLMs and the pyramids, there are no significant product. But as you saw in enagic, Kangen water machines are even used in Japanese hospitals, so the product is very significant. In pyramid schemes, the sooner a member entered the system, the more money they received, but the members on the bottom received the least. But in enagic, the distribution of checks start from the newest member, and it moves on to the highest members if there are any of those 8 points left. And also for the last point is that the way you could make money in pyramids was that you had to hold a balance between your right hand branch of cell and your left hand branch of cell in order to be paid a commission. And that's what made them illegal, because no matter if you had 100 people under one of your branches of cell, you still wouldn't be paid your commission if you couldn't hold that balance. And this is completely against work and like the definition of work and wages. While in enagic, as soon as the device is sold, a check is issued and it's sent to you, and you can do business individually and without having a group. Okay. So I explained to you all the necessary information about the business and the water. I'm sure you guys all know, like, this device is gonna become a necessity in the future. Like no one knew that the fridge is gonna become a necessity in all of our kitchens, but now it is. Kangen water is gonna become a necessity in the future, like a refrigerator. And so that's what makes this such a valuable business, because everyone's going to have it. So why not we spread it to the world and we tell them about it. Thank you so much for listening. I hope to have given you useful information, and I'm really happy, Mohammed, that you joined us today. If you have any more questions, I'm here. Don't hesitate to ask. Yeah, thank you so much for listening.